Massive shout out to our sponsors, Solar City. Without them, the podcast wouldn't be possible.
For tailored installs, site visits by experts, not salesmen, don't come to the two Diddies, go to Solar City Scotland.
Massive thank you to our sponsors, Arc Accountancy. If you're someone that's a sole trader or runs a limited company and are looking for an accountant, these are your guys.
They handle the numbers, you handle the business. Contact Arc Accountancy. Thanks so much for believing in the Diddies.
Yes, guys, welcome back to another episode of the Two Diddies. I'm Ross, that's my co-host Stephen.
And today we've got on Mind Coach Mark, Glasgow's famous. Let's go, how are we?
Glasgow's famous. Brilliant. I'm good, mate, I'm good.
Thanks, how's your day went anyway?
It was alright until I took a corner too fast in the multi-story and I've killed my ally, a belter.
I thought you were going to say it was alright until you came here.
Nah,
that's a good start.
It's been sound just busy, mate, just been flat out, school run and all that sort of stuff. My missus just started working and she's working a few early mornings, so I'm headed for doing the school run a few mornings.
Murder, innit?
It's not just the run, it's the getting them up and getting them ready.
Doing the full shebang.
So what did you get here? Did you get it in the van that you had? Because actually you've got both in the same van.
We know each other because, you've got the van that I punched the junkie in.
He's hand me down Scuddy van.
Is he still in there?
In that bag? There's a few Scuddies in that van. I was in it myself.
It was I used to drive about in a wee van and it chucked it during the summer and quickly had to move fast because we were going to Rossi for a wee holiday, so I had to move quick. So I had a boy I know that does cars and all that sort of thing. I said, what have you got in the yard? He came and took and scrapped my van, basically took it away and he dropped off a motor, so I'd got a motor to run about in. I then swapped that motor, long story short, with wee Barzo, with Ross Bar, because I wanted a van for going out with the dog, because I got another motor and I bought a newer motor, but I didn't want to run that with the dog. So, and I just like having a van for going out with the dog, it's just good.
The dog's a
I
big
love the
tractor
van,
and all.
mate. I love the van.
Other vans let you out and all that sort of
van
things, you know what I mean?
I know, mate, van friends, innit?
You don't know what they've got in the back, some of the
I know.
kids, but
It was mental, but when I phoned you, we must have been on the phone for about 15 minutes and then you were saying you end up with that van. I couldn't believe it.
Van. He's like, I have only just got the documents changed because we Ross never changed them.
because you saying you had a few fucking fines to do.
For the town, because you can't go in the town.
That's no less you compliant.
Mate, it's fucking...
Careful, wasn't you driving the town? You've not been in about 10 years, but it's like, I thought I just parked up in the curb then the next day fucking Levita.
I'm down Renfield Street.
I know, it's mad, isn't it? As there's nowhere
and then I went to turn and you can't go, that's just buses. And I'm like, what?
It's mad, isn't it? It's mad,
Life's changed, man.
So, you normally start your day with a wee ice bath. We do that this morning.
Yes, done this morning, mate.
And where did that come from? Or what made you start that?
Do you know what it was, right? I've always had like a cold shower after training, but it was usually after you've done a thing, after you've had a normal shower, then turn it cold, and it's quite good.
Yeah.
And then if I ever maybe like back years ago when I was playing fives and that sort of thing, when I'd get into fitness, I was playing fives and that, I was using the cold water just to kind of like doing it for my legs, basically, doing it for like muscle recovery.
Aye.
And then I'd done wee bits here and there, and then a boy I know had done a wee company and he was selling the wee
tubs, like the Lumi tub or something.
So his was the Soul Hub. So the Soul Hub tubs, Soul Tub.
They came out of nowhere, I feel, but didn't they? Like
everybody was obviously they're going out to do it. Of course. So he said, look, I know everything you're into, I know everything you're doing. Can I send you one, obviously, just to put on your story and kind of help promote it a wee touch, if you like it. So I was a wee bit kind of sceptical, and it was a big craze sort of thing, and everybody's doing it. I was like, I hate bandwagon stuff, not I mean?
Yeah.
But I went in it, and I was like, I played about with it. I was trying it in the morning, but I felt it was kind of slowing me down a wee bit in the morning, and then I was talking to big boy Chris, it's one of the boys that runs Soul Suites at
we were actually there on Sunday, the Glasgow one.
Big Chris said, he's like, go in at night, and me and Chris are kind of, at the time we were a similar position, young family, he had a gym at the time, he's got his gym. And he's like, see, after the stress of the day, mate, he's like, just go in there. He says, just so
pure reset.
That night I tried it, or the next, I can't remember, but I tried it anyway. And I was like, what a sleep I got.
Honestly.
It just brought me right down. It was like putting hot steel and like,
just cooling you right down.
So it just brought me right down. So I then started to that was my thing. I just done it at night time. And then sometimes I just kind of turn the screw on myself a wee touch if I feel I'm getting too slack or too flabby or whatever. I'll just like, right, that's it, no chippies, no cakes, no cans, like, just for a period of time or whatever. I just kind of turn the screw on myself. So one of the things I done was like, see, for the next 2 weeks, I'm going to go, because I was starting to get a bit sluggish in the morning. I was like, I'm going to go in and just dunk under in the morning and just back out. So you're in
Wake
like 10
yourself up,
seconds.
basically.
Aye. It's just like a kind of shock to the system. So I done it for 2 weeks and I was like, do you know what? I'm just going to keep doing that because I like the kind of, once I've kind of get myself together and I've had a wee drink of water and that, then it's like, right, I had a wee stretch. I put on my story one time, rolled my joints and that, blah, blah, blah. And so people were like, do you smoke weed? I was like, no, I'm old. Like, roll my joints, man, move my joints. So I was like, breath work done, rolled my joints, done the tub nuts.
That's your breath work, fuck's sake.
So,
You joined in the ice bar.
it was just it was done in the morning to kind of get me ready. And just get you ready for the day. It just changes your state. Cause you're up a wee bit kind of
I was doing it.
Getting into the gym and you're a wee bit, you've got to train and you're still a wee bit down there, whereas you've done that.
You're no
double espresso,
sleeping
sitting doing like my wee journal stuff, work all that out, and then boom, it's like let's go train. And now there's a couple of mornings when it's right, I need to do that early to be back in time to get the boys up, to let the missus go to work, to wake them up, to get them ready, to make sure they get their breakfast and see the dog and blah blah blah.
I was going to say early. I've seen something, mate, like 3 bells in the morning, 4 bells in the morning. Sometimes you're in, man.
I've played with a couple of 4 o'clockers. I used to do that. I used to do that a few years ago, man. But what I used to do, my alarm would go off at 4 in the morning, and my pre-workout drink would be sitting on the windowsill.
Preparation's key. That's for
So
that.
When the alarm went off, I just done that, turned it off, and then I just done that and got the pre-workout, and then you're not going back to your bed.
No, unless you're fucking sitting shaking. I'll get it up, that is freezing.
That's mental.
I used to do that, but I even came off the pre-workouts, man. They were starting
Mate,
to do
I
that.
don't like
so
them at all.
mate.
I don't like them at
I
all.
love it.
I
Man,
don't,
it's like through the day, because I was getting mad hardcore stuff that was coming from America.
You're right, mad skull and crossbones on it.
Danger.
You probably bag it up and sell grams of it.
Rolling joints.
It was like giving you like tingles on it, and then
Yeah.
like throughout the day I was then still getting tingles. If I had a coffee, I was going on that. So I was like, nah, man, I need to.
That's crazy. I know. That's why I don't like it. 'Cause you're a tingle. No,
no, I like
doesn't
that shit,
doesn't
man.
work for me.
You're on
mate.
the other side of it though. You do the saunas a lot. Do you do the saunas as well? You more
Just
cold.
not get time, man.
No, aye, well,
Just not get time. Ideally, I mean, I'd love to be going to like soul suites every week, but see when I'm hitting the gym, man, it's like it's in.
Yeah, the good thing with ice
get it
bath
back
is you
out.
can have it in your backyard. The sauna's a bit more expensive to do something.
I mean, one day you can maybe get a wee hut and have it.
It's coming more regular now. I've seen
Accessible, I
people
know.
have it.
A boy I know, he's got a wee setup. He's got a wee man hut. And
Yeah.
he's got a wee sauna in there, and he's got his tub just sitting outside.
That'd be unreal. I would love that.
a man hut used to be for a bevy and that. Now it's fucking everyone's on the other side.
Aye,
Everyone's got
aye.
the up here recovery mode. Used to be out there with the boys for fucking 3
To be
days.
fair, you can have a bevy in the sauna.
Oh, mate, don't, man. That's
End
where
up
the
drowning in
old
the ice
tipper
bath
goes.
after it or something, innit?
Aye, that's mental. But you were genuinely the first guy I probably seen doing the ice bath routine, and then obviously the mind coach stuff.
Yep.
How do you lead into the mind coach stuff? Obviously, you say you done your journals and stuff in the morning, but how do you start that?
It started. How did I get into it?
How did
at
you get
first?
into it? Aye, so
It started when I had the gym, and then I started to kind of look at people that were successful, because I was like, "Well, I've got a business. Whoa, brilliant, man!" It's like, and then you suddenly kind of wore off, and you're like, "Shit, there's invoices coming in, and
Aye.
the bills are coming in, and like it's no."
the honeymoon period's
Aye,
fair enough,
aye,
isn't it?
Yeah.
So it was like, right, who does well and who's successful and who does things. So then I was looking at my mate, who was a dog trainer, John Caningby. He says, listen to this podcast. I'm like, the fuck's a podcast? So you're talking, I don't know, 9 years ago, something like that.
So wasn't it two Diddies in?
They were the originals, man. The originals.
So then I started coming across it. It was like a guy, Andy Frizella. Andy Frizella. I started listening to his podcast, and I was implementing things, and it started to help. And then I was just looking at more stuff, and then what was it? I think I done a video. I think I done a video on my Insta, because I never had social media until I opened up the gym, and then it was just the gym social media. So I've never really put personal stuff on, but then there was stuff I wanted to put on, like I wanted to slag things and that sort of thing. And I was like, it's not a very good image coming for the gym to slag things, but I'll slag it. I'll slag it. Do you know what I mean? And if you slag me back, cool, man. Do you know
Love
what I mean?
that. It's fucking
Start
old Glasgow banter, man. That's what you need. You've been
Aye.
brought up on that, fuck, so getting
know.
terrorised,
Hey, I
mate.
survived the 90s in
Mate.
school, man. It was fucking
Aye,
horrific, you know what I mean?
I know, imagine that the new, by the way. Fuck,
Aye.
you'd get the jail, man.
Aye.
You'd
What,
get the
what
jail
school did you go to?
Tumble High down Bishop Briggs.
Tumble High, aye. No, I remember. And how was your childhood growing up? Like, what was?
Aye.
Did you have any?
Class
Love
grow-
that.
Aye,
You can
normal
see that for you,
class,
but
like-
yourself, you're just a normal
Yeah.
cunt, man. Just brand
Yeah.
new,
Aye,
just
it
here
wasn't
for the
really-
battle, mate.
I'm more
Nothing
meaning, did you have
spectacular,
anything for
nothing.
that kind of made you lead into the mind coaching?
So, well, do you know what it was? It was then, when I started to look at like kind of things I had to do to help me perform better and get me into a better energy state and better kind of because I'd been used to going to jobs and just turning up and fucking getting my wages and see you later and phoning in sick and hiding some days and couldn't be arsed. But then you can't do that when you've got your own business, and if you're coming in if I user coming in for a session and I'm pure shattered today, man, fucking you're like that. Mate, I'm not coming back for energy. Do you know what I mean?
We spoke of that before. Sometimes you just need to go in the mirror before and be like, right, you fucking game's a ball.
You need to put your hat on and go, let's go, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I suppose you're preparing for it rather than getting to the moment of looking in the mirror. You're building your day around being that guy anyway.
So I was looking at things that I could take for people, and that was my kind of starting point where I would go, well, I'm not going to do that. It doesn't really work for me, but I'll try this and I'll try that. And then things would work, and I was like, right, that's how I do it. And then so it was looking at how I could perform better to run the business and manage the business. And then the Waynes came along. And then it's like, fucking hell, man, life just keeps turning a screw here, man. It's like, and then the gym was getting shut down. And then I was doing a lot of kind of reflecting back because you're sobered up and all the party lifestyle was behind you. So then you're looking back at all the things you've done and you're reflecting on the lessons. And that was, I put a video out on my Instagram. I no long started it, and then I just put a video out. And it was like my kind of reflection on, I don't know, you probably go back and find it, but it was like, but I was already, it was kind of a wee bit bold. Not to bite my own banger, but it was a wee bit kind of like walking the dog.
Top of the stories, well,
like saying something, and it was kind of, I don't know, like,
controversial.
a wee bit deep, like kind of philosophy.
Right.
Like,
you don't. I know what you mean.
What
school did you go in?
What school did I went to? Philosophical. So it was a wee bit like that, right? So it was a wee bit like, this could go the either way here.
Yeah.
And I was already watching it going, right, if I'm watching that, I'm slagging me for that, I'm slagging me for this, I'm slagging me for that. So I had comebacks ready. So I'm like ready. You know what I mean?
That's exactly
but then people just started liking it, and then it was like, people were like, oh mate, that makes sense. And then, so then I started to do more of them, and I would just be out walking the dog and I would just have a do. And I was just kind of, remember Rob McGunchy interpreting for the Neds? So it was somebody said, that's what you're like. They sent me a picture of that's what you're like. So I was like reading books or podcasts sort of hanging in, just putting it into
your own words, but that's
into simple language, but tying it in with my experiences and my reflections. So with the things I started to put out, people then started texts and messages and saying, mate, that really helped me, or something you said there, I've not trained for 2 months and that got me up my bed and I went and had a shower and done this and that. And then people then started to ask me advice, and if it was something I had personal experience of, then brand new, like this is what I done, this is what I tried. But then it started to get a bit heavier. People are like, mate, I feel suicidal and that sort of thing. Have you got any advice? And I'm like, no, mate.
Did you feel you weren't qualified to reply to them?
Like, I remember there was one guy and he says that I'm really in a dark place, but your videos I relate to you and what you're saying. So I'm like, fucking hell, I don't even know what to say here.
What have I created?
If you're training somebody and you know them face to face, if somebody's in the gym, I know what they're like and that sort of thing. So if somebody get a head down, I'm like, mate, don't I be lassie fucking give yourself a shake? Or you maybe know that's not how they and you're like,
we spoke
like,
about
bro,
that.
what's happening, man? Like, come on, right, and talk it through, right? Come on, and go. So it's like the old football manager in it. Iron running my fucking head. So that's just an Insta profile. Do you know what I mean? It's just like,
you don't know
you
this.
don't know them. Do you know what I mean? And they're private. So then, am I going to follow them, like, try and request them? They're like, I don't know this guy. He's trying to see my private stuff. So with that, I was like, I can give you some advice on like kind of basic stuff, but it's like you don't want to say the right thing, obviously.
Yeah, because you've never been through that.
We've also spoken about how it can come across in text as well. Like, see the way you talk and you can reactions and you can see how I can speak with like the
people take it differently over text. Like you can say something.
So if you say like, "Oh, man up, you're Jesse," if you say that in a text, man, someone's like, fucking feeling suicidal and he's calling me a Jesse. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But if you say it when you see you're saying it with a smile and a friendliness, like, come on up, I'll help you out. It's totally different, mate.
So I during the lockdown I started a wee course at NLP, Neuro-Linguistic Programme. That's what to do with the subconscious of the brain. So I'd done that. And then I stopped it when we opened back up. I'd stopped it and then I picked it back up again and I just chipped away and got it done. And then after that, I'd done a wee course, Cognitive Behavioural Therapy, CBT, which is like rational thinking. It's the easiest way to describe it. One's subconscious and one's rational thinking. And then I'd done another couple of wee ones after that, just to kind of add wee feathers to the bow. But that's how I got into it, because I went to a guy who done NLP, and I unlocked something with the gym. I felt I'd hit a point with the gym where all the bills were getting paid and everything was getting paid, but I wasn't getting paid. And I was doing like 90 hours a week. I was doing everything myself. I signed off my emails and it said creator, coach and cleaner. because I was doing everything. You know what I mean?
The old triple C, man.
So when I was doing everything. So what was I saying there? When everything was getting paid, but I wasn't, and I was doing like fucking between 7 and 8 hours a week, depending. Do you know what I mean? So we're doing sessions, we're digging about, and then he said, I said, do you feel you deserve money? Like, because you have money in your pocket? And I was like, well, aye. And he's like, when's the last time you had money in your pocket? So I said, and he's like, and how do you feel about that period of time? And I was like, well, it wasn't a nice period of time, but a guilt associated to how I had money in my pocket and that sort of thing. And then everything that happened when it all hit the fan. And he says, you ever get a guilt associated with earning money? And I was like, fuck. He says, but now everything you do is cool. You've done your done your college, you've done your uni, you've opened up your business, everything's sound. Yeah. Like, so if somebody pays you £500, that's fine, you're allowed £500. If you're walking about with a grand in your pocket, you're walking about with a grand in your pocket, it's been earned. And I was like, fuck, and it blew my mind. And then after that, I was like, boom, because I felt a bit guilty about getting money off something, and it made total sense because I just got it to where, as I said, everything was getting paid, and I was like, as if I'd almost not took my foot off the gas, but I was like, right, cool.
Yeah,
and as if I'm paying my pennies even more, like as if I'm...
You're autopilot mode, didn't you? You're at that stage where it's like everything, you know.
I feel sometimes even before it's like you go through that, you kind of get to a place where you take your foot off the gas, but then that makes you realise you need to put the foot back on the gas. Do you know what I mean? You kind of need those wee periods, I suppose, to push the business on.
And that kind of still sneaks up now and then. And there's a guy down south in Liverpool, Mark Scannell he's called. And I came across him, we'd end up connected on Insta, followed him for a bit. He puts out quite a lot of stuff that's similar to what I do as well, and a similar sort of message. But I then watched a few podcasts that he was on, and he created businesses and done property and that sort of thing. So he created income, and it frees up time. So it frees up times where he can spend with his family, he takes his wee girl to school, walks out of school and things like that. And then at Christmas, he's freed up time that he then runs a big thing, Christmas appeal. In Liverpool, and so it's a big massive thing citywide. There's drop-off points and that sort of thing. So I was like, and the way he spoke about it, he's like, I've done that and I've make that money. He says, I make good dough. He says, and I was like, he doesn't feel guilty about that. But with his time, he's giving time to his family. He's making sure his wee daughter goes into school in a good mood because he walks out of school, he talks to her and influences her. He's got this income. So I was like, again watching that, and I was like, when I was watching the podcast, I was like, I've still got a guilty feeling about this. So it's something I need to kind of
work on.
It's something I can manage.
I feel like I can resonate with that. I know that we're making amazing money and all that or whatever like that, but see, going for obviously working in the building sites, I think I spent more money when I was earning £3 a week. Like just pure frivolously, no giving a hell now when you're like, we're helping people and people are paying you money. You know that it's guilty, but you're like, do I deserve that?
Is it because when you used to work on the sites, you were grafting, you're coming home knackered, and now you're having fun and you're talking to people.
That's exactly, mate.
And you're like, wait a minute, I'm not going to home, I'm not going to be tired.
Because we feel give back. Like see, we feel we could probably be making a lot more money. We do, but we give back constantly. I feel because maybe that same thing you feel was
it's a guilty conscience, isn't it?
You feel bad not giving back.
Because like something that maybe we take for granted in the sense of because we are trainers and training comes kind of naturally to me. So someone paying me good money to do something that I do off mine back, it kind of feels like, am I rinsing these people all right? But then the people are texting us like we've had unbelievable messages and you've changed my life, lost fucking 20 kg in the past since June or whatever. And it's not just the physical aspects, as you say, there's the mental and stuff like that. But again, it's just where I've been fucking shoveling shite in the rain, mate, for fucking pennies, mate. Know what I mean? But they're genuinely, but in the snow, mate, fucking getting told, fucking just put your wellies on, mate, get home, mate.
That's good waterproof, son.
Mate, honestly, you can't take a day off. Like, even we take a day off, people, our clients always like maybe cancel on us. You've not probably experienced that yourself. But it's never like a guilty feeling of taking a day off. You don't. But when you work for a fucking company, it's like they could sack me tomorrow. So you've always got that. I need to turn up. But it's crazy when you can feel that when making money for yourself, mate.
Aye.
So you said a wee bit more about your gym. So kind of how did that come about? Were you a PT before?
No,
when did you find?
My goal was to be a sports scientist in football. So I started college doing the fitness at like 27, 28. Started a January start course with Christmas leavers for school at my 15-year-old man. They're looking at me like, who brought their dad today? I'm getting them into trouble. They think they're still at school and they're bam teachers up, and I'm like, wee man, shut up.
I wish you were a teacher at my school, mate. I'd been fucking hilarious, mate, just getting terrored at for teaching you and you say it and you're like, fuck.
So I done that. I started that in the January. And then I done I went on and done HN for 2 years, and I just loved it. Everything just made sense, and I'd like finally found my thing, because for years I was just bonkers. You know what I mean? I was just doing daft jobs to get money for the weekend and just cutting about and up to all sorts of that sort of stuff. So when I obviously cleaned up my act and then found the training, and I was working as a barber at the time, and I was having a conversation with somebody. She went, "Why don't you open up your own shop?" And I was like,
"You're working as a barber? Did you say you're a barber as well?" That's mental.
But I was too slow. Where I was cutting hair, nobody's bothered at the time. Do you know what I mean? They're like, as long as
one client a day, 8-hour shift.
So I was too slow, and I wasn't brilliant. I was some haircuts I was good at, and then there was other ones I'd
you'd be good at mine.
And she said to me, she's like, "Why don't you open up your own shop?" I was like, "I just don't think it does me the new."
Yeah,
I don't think that's passion thing. I said, like, I just love the training. I just want to do training. She went, "Well, why don't you look at college for training?" And I was like, I didn't really know anything about all that sort of stuff. I thought it was just like sports coaching and that, and I'm not sporty. But I then looked, and Springburn College, we're in the corner phase, we're in the road phase, basically 10 minutes away. And I was like, you know what, man, Springburn College, and applied there, and then it was brilliant. I loved it, man.
And became the Eddie scientist.
Well, that was after that. That was so I'd done college, and then I'd done uni. I went to do sports science at uni, and I was doing all my voluntary stuff with football and that. So I hadn't played football. I'd never played boys club or anything. I played with my pals down the park, but I was never that great. So I was having to try and get into a world where I'd never kicked a ball. Basically, you know what I mean? Yeah. And you're coming in older, like late 20s, going into 30s, and that people like, "Who do you play with?" And I'm like, I did do my name when I was younger, but I done it mad way. I done it through shit. Walking up the road.
Mad way playing football.
I done it mad way walking up the road for King Street car park at New Year. There was a big radio and rave at the Millennium. And I slipped. I was walking up the road at my tree and slipped and done my cruise ship, man. So my plan was I was going to get into football, and then when I finished uni, and I was like 33, I think, and it was just a pure anticlimax. It was just a pure drop off. Like, right, wait a minute, you're a mad 33-year-old guy, mate. You're working part time in a council gym. You're doing voluntary stuff in football teams. You're doing kind of junior teams, and they're giving you 50 quid here and there. And it was just a pure anticlimax. I was applying for all sorts of jobs, never got a job, and then I was actually working in the council gym out in Kirky, and a guy walked in. He went, he'd been working away for years, and then he went, "What you doing still here, son?" He's like, "I thought you'd a wee bit more ambition than that." And I was like, "Oh, I've done my knee at the morning. I've just finished uni and all that." And then I was like to myself, "You got a point, actually. I finished uni about 4 months ago."
Yeah.
And then I had this idea about having a wee sports performance facility. Well, in fact, my idea was like a massive one with a football pitch and all that in it, right? But you're cooking,
you need to dream fucking dream big, You'll get a bit of Astro at the back.
I'm going to need to cut how many hair.
How many shirts and changing rooms? You're away with it, man. So I wasn't getting a job. Things were just kind of moving. Life was moving faster, and I'm like, right, what's happening here, man? And then my mate passed away suddenly one day. He went to a bodybuilding show on the way up the road. He just passed away, and that's when I just like, right, wait a minute. What's happening here, man? Do you know what I mean?
This physically end the morning, man.
Aye. So that was one of the point when I went, you know what? And Dave always used to say, he's like, "You need to do more than this." He's like, "You need to do more, you'll more," like the kind of industry in this. So that's when I went, you know what, fuck it. And I started my plan. Met my missus, had my plan, and then it got to a stage, I moved into her house, and it just got to a stage I was like, I'm going to need to chuck the work to focus on setting up the gym. And it's a wee bit of demasculine. I don't know what you call it, man. It's
masculinise. We're not so good with the words today, are we?
Oh, finish it, you started.
I basically had to then live off her. She actually asked me to move in with her, and I said no, because I was like, I can't afford to move in with you. She's like, "Oh, you're staying here 3 nights a week anyway, and I'm paying the bills anyway." She did a good job, so she's like, "You may as well." Still noise her up, like, mind you, I knocked you back to stay.
You see, that is that word we try to say there. But she just seen the vision and seen the dream, mate. Like, I mean, you see,
I'll support us in her. She's like, "I'll just need to stop doing my Dubai holidays and buying handbags." And
that's terrible for her.
And I'll support us in her, but I mean, I'm going to like, can I get a tenner for?
I know, that's the type of stuff that brings you.
Yeah, I can imagine. But then it's probably, you know.
But then she's worked for 7 years.
Come on, man. Go get me a coffee.
When's the road going to turn again?
Go get to Dubai.
Where was I? With the... So I didn't. So then that's with the gym. I had this idea, and there wasn't nobody had small independent gyms. So I was looking at places in America and all, because when I opened up, I was just saying I'm strictly S&C. See if you're Joe average man, I ain't interested. You know what I mean? I was like, I'm only doing. I'm only doing performers, so athletes that. So then opened up the doors and everything was all set up, and obviously nobody came because you've just narrowed your market right
now. You're such a niche.
People didn't understand the concept of now every gym's like small group, you pay £100, £200, whatever. I wanted to go to 3 sessions, this and that. People couldn't understand that concept. Do you know what I mean? So this was like 2014, 15. People just couldn't grasp it, and I'm like, I'm trying.
You're the future for it, but you've already fought it. But
so
miles behind you.
I then opened it up, and I then done right. You can come if you're Joe Blogs at average, but you're doing performance style training. So I had people doing like S&C training, doing Olympic lift, box jumps, and that sort of stuff. And she's like, Mark, why man? I was doing like performance testing, jump testing, and that. She's like, Mark, I'm just trying to get in better shape for a bikini. What am I doing all this for?
And you're like, how can you jump in this box?
I'm like, I'm doing jump tests and all that sort of thing, man. I'm ready to do a bleep test with him and all that. Do you know what I mean? And I'm like, right, wait a minute, man. No. So I actually met up with, I've spoken to this a couple of times. We guy, Ross Stewart, he's got a gym called Improve Glasgow. So he was speaking at a seminar I was at, and he was like 2 years, maybe about 2 years ahead of me, and everything that he had went through, I was going through right then. So he was at the bottom of the tune and I was at the top of the tune. And I just said to him, I was like, mate, any chance I could, everything you're talking about there, I'm like, I actually said, you know what I'm talking about, and I was just like nodding, and I was like, this is where I'm at, I'm there right now. So I met him, to be fair to him, I went and met him one Sunday, and we spent nearly 3 years, and he just ripped my business model apart and put it back together again. And I implemented everything that he said, and it just, because he'd had the experience of it, he's like, I don't know that. He said that, and it was just, he's like, there's too many barriers, and you need to open up, and blah, 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 and just made everything.
But it's brilliant to have that somebody else who owns a gym as a competitor to help you that, because I feel so. Sorry, on you go.
Sorry, I just said, like, I know I'm up in town head at the top of the town. I know you're at the bottom of the town in kind of Tradeston area. So I'm not asking for all your secrets. He went, big man, I'll give you all my secrets. I'll tell you everything. You still need to go and apply it.
Yeah.
He says, but also you could open up next door to me. Ross said, my punters will still come to me and your punters will go to you. Because that's just the way it is.
You're speaking to the choir.
That's what we're like, but I feel so in the fitness industry, a lot of people are like, they don't want to help him because they're worried that they're going to take him.
10 people open up gyms, man.
Yeah.
I was like, come in, sit down. Like, cool, try this. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And I'm like, you'll get to a point and that won't work because of that. Oh, fuck, I never thought of that. It's like writing a session plan and then you go to do it. And in person, you go, fuck, that worked on paper, but it doesn't work.
Yeah,
so practically. See, out of the 10 people, have you felt like maybe some people's egos got in the way, but didn't like yours, like coming and telling them how to run their business, or did they all?
No, they came to me.
They came to me
and says, listen, I'm thinking of opening up a gym.
Aye, because you can imagine people like maybe like yourself when someone goes, that's no that, but that's your dream and your vision. You're like, some people might not be able to take that and go, I'm still going to run with it anyway, and then just fail rather than just taking the information.
Well, my ego got in the way because with Ross, I was like, he's like a younger guy, and I'm a big older guy, I should be able to do this and I should be able to work it out. And so my ego was getting in the way, and then I was like, why not just... And then I actually phoned him I texted him during the lockdown because I was trying to change it when we opened up. I was trying to change it and change the kind of, rather than just all being me, I was like, with Wayne's that now, I can't be doing all the hours, so I need to put in coaches and that sort of thing. So it was that transition period for just being me, the kind of one-man band, to then employing people, and how I kept the consistency with it. So I texted him during the lockdown. I said, Ross, what are you doing, mate? Well, obviously I spoke to you for about 2 years or something. But I says, but I've got about 4 questions here. I'm appointing you with the gym again. I've got about 4 questions here. Any chance I could phone you? And he said, phone me tomorrow at 2 o'clock. So I phoned him, 4 questions, over and out in about 15 minutes, done and dusted. Didn't want anything for it. I sent him a Just Eat voucher. I was like, at least get a scan.
Yeah, lunch on me, man.
But didn't want anything. But I was appreciative. Like, I'm not going to waste your time. I've got 4 questions.
Yeah.
And he gave me his answers, and then I implemented it. And
I love to hear that. To be fair, I do love to hear that, because I just feel you don't get that a lot in the fitness industry.
Because you done that with me, that's how anybody else that's ever like. I see they're thinking opening up, or they're opening somewhere. I was like, come see.
You can see people's agendas with it, but I've seen people are being genuine. Like, you're here, I'm trying to be better and further my own business. Other people have maybe tried to, like, you know that yourself in the fitness industry, try and steal your punters or try and steal your ideas, and you're like, we can't coach everyone.
At the end of the day, the product that you offer is your product, so it should be.
People change, people want to do different things. Like, so when High Rock started to become more kind of a bigger thing, and my gym was obviously, I moved to Springburn then, so I was up in the North End, and most of my, even when I turned here, most of my people were North End because that was my end. But then people started to go join Elation, and then somebody else was like, oh mate, I'm just going to leave, and I'm thinking about it. And I'm like, look, not a big deal.
Yeah.
You don't need to say we're going to go on a break and all that sort of thing.
See,
if you're
not
finished
my
up,
bird,
that's
fuck.
cool,
Yeah.
man.
Know what I mean?
Know what I mean? Go and enjoy it.
But
You've got to try different things as
Different
well.
things, you know what I mean? You're going to go to different barbers, different restaurants.
Yeah.
Going to fall out.
Exactly. I know. It's people are too worry about everything.
It's that's ego again, like, because they're like, why are they doing this when it comes to this? But especially when even being coaches, we're a luxury at the end of the day when it comes to money. So see if someone, like I had a client there, he used to come every now and then, he's like, oh, someone's offered me 2 months free, and I says, take that, mate. Take fucking 2 months free. It's Christmas, mate. What the fuck,
probably come back and go,
mate. I'm like, it's double for me now. It's double for me now. You know what I mean? So when it comes to obviously being a PT, I was laughing at your story this morning, your auntie and uncle part and all that, right? That's an idea. Where does that come from? Because it fucking makes me giggle every morning.
The auntie stuff, I can't remember where the first one came from, but I just, because like, your ma, if you say something like your ma, that's how people take a wee bit of nip to that, don't they? It's like, but your auntie, like,
family friendly,
your auntie is like, it's kind of funny because you probably know somebody who's got a half-tidy auntie that could probably apply to, you know what I mean? There's a lot of saying it.
No, I was going to say,
I'm going to say your uncle.
That's my auntie. She just looks like
everybody kind of relates to it. Like even lasses are laughing at it, and then they're like, they'll send me something, they'll send me another reel, and they're like sending that like your daft uncle.
That's the thing is, and there's no malice to it, it's just pure like fucking.
I suppose even like the American, the Unk King that they use, you know, it's a similar kind of thing, innit?
So it just, I don't know, I think I just stuck it my story one day. I said, ask your auntie. I think it was something about Vicky's. That's what it was. And if you don't know what Vicky's is, ask your auntie. Something like that.
Vicky's,
and tell her I want my hoodie back. Something like that. I wrote, right. Obviously, my missus is like, what's happening with this? Auntie part, you know what I mean?
Maybe be her auntie.
All these hoodies get brought to your house.
Get your DVDs back and all your... I've got a big box of DVDs in my garage, you know, and I put a picture in my stone. I was like, how I grafted your auntie back in the day.
But that's what I love about yourself. You're bringing it very back to like the early, like the noughties and all, the early 2000s. The part is always the same. It's too much to the part of the news, so that's why I get back into the woke nonsense. But that's what it genuinely.
It's so wholesome. Some of it's so toxic.
Oh, like, honestly, man, we just need. And I'm all about feelings and how, but also shut the fuck up and all, mate. Know what I mean? Like,
just don't be so sensitive to fucking
that's
everything.
What it is, man.
So I'm obviously slagging, say, like the wee guy PTs, right? They're like 9 stone and they're telling you how to get massive, not to touch a barbell, it's dangerous.
Mate,
we were talking about that in the last one. You're like, just
stay a hang.
Just lift a fucking weight, mate.
Lift some heavy weights and fucking eat some food.
What I was laughing about this morning was you've said your wee Jesse PTs does monthly dump posts, and then he does it.
I wasn't when it come to eating them.
I was in tears this morning.
November was a blast. October was so wholesome.
Can't wait to see you in 2026 will bring it
a wholesome month was had. Chai bowls.
Good people, good food. Great month.
Aye, all that, man.
That's all right. Let's move on for now.
Honestly, mate, I could not.
But see if any of these wee guys start slagging me back, I'm all the old guy. Every 10 odd years, I'm leaving massive.
No, but that's exactly what I'm like. I welcome it, mate.
You've got to be able to take it if you're giving it. You've got to give and take. No, I mean, you take and you give.
Aye, but that's where I was so glad it was a small and you put it up. I'm like, fucking get in.
When I had the gym, we done quite a big youth programme. And hardly any of the wee guys had any part of it like that. Some of the wee lasses, man, like there was a wee lassie she used to come, man. Oh man, she was a sniper. she would hardly say a word and then she would just boom. There's right out of nowhere and you're like, whoa man, like 14-year-old just absolutely clamped you.
That's what I was going to say, there's nothing worse than that because when you met this up, you wee cow. I'm getting you're annoyed.
Know what I mean? She's like got a wee frilly socks on and she's like pure nice wee lassie, a wee headband or that, and then she would just say something.
Takes you by surprise, innit?
Just say something about your clobber or something, you're like, fuck man, you that tramp.
And then there was a wee guy one time and I was telling him to change his techniques. How do I need to do it like that? I says, because one day you might look like me, son. And then I know test up and they went, a big baldy pansy.
You're like,
I could screw if I want.
I was about to say, it's a choice. I was a bob.
That's amazing, man.
I was like,
you've just got to fucking upload that, don't you?
About 14 or something, man, just slaughtered.
That's brilliant.
There's nothing better when you're just out and about and you hear like a wee group of guys and you still hear them being wee fannies and you're like, go on me, man, go fucking hit a window or something, mate, go fucking do something. You don't do that anymore. But the relationship you've got with your dog, I love the dogs at Cracker. What's the dog's name? Bronson, is it?
This is wee Bugsy.
Bugsy, is it?
This is wee Bugsy, aye. My first dog was Big Alba. That's when it all started, when I was doing the walking talking videos and that sort of thing. So Big Alba, and he was my first dog. And he was a fucking love of my life, man. So he was absolutely love of my life. And he passed away just there a year ago. And then I've had a dog for 7 months, and it was the worst thing I've ever experienced.
I just went through it myself. I know it's no.
See, I'm not a dog person. Never had a dog or anything like that. And I always find it like, because people say that they love their life, and then 2 months later they've got another dog. In my head, I'm thinking like, how like
you've had a bird before, but had a bird, and 2 months later.
It's no died.
And they were never loved in my life.
I think first kind of pal funeral I was 19. And ever since then, there's been so many people, even pals and that sort of thing, so many funerals and family and all that sort of thing. But see, after the funeral, that was it. Kind of done. You maybe think about them now then, or the day they've died and that sort of thing. But see, after Big Alba passed away, I went up and spread his ashes at a wee spot. See, for every day for 2 weeks, I was back up at that spot.
Aye, brilliant.
Every day, and then I had a stroke going because I was like, this is killing us. And then I was back up walking and walking, greeting, and you're walking, you've got a dog, and people are like,
you're like, you're alright, that.
What's one about the league? Like, yeah, boy, yeah, son. People were like, how's this mad weirdo just cutting about? And then my missus gave me a Sunday off one day. She was taking the bench to her Maz. She went, you can do a day yourself. And then right away I went, and Alba had passed away for a good few months by now. And right away I went, brilliant, me and Alba's got it. And I went, oh, fuck. I was like, what a day. And then I just done that in my maps and went to find a place in Falkirk and drove up to this park up in Falkirk, like a big kind of woodland park thing. And I was walking for 5 minutes. I was like, that's just pure shit.
It's not the same.
Plus, you look like a big pedo just walking about.
Especially when you've travelled to Falkirk.
That's just pure shit, man. And then the next day, I met a lassie when I was up walking it, the usual walk I done, and she was talking about her pal's wee boxer. And then the next day, she texts me, says, my pal's wee boxer needs a new home. She's asked if you would come and see him and consider it. So I went to see wee Bugsy, came to stay for the weekend, and then that's him. Man.
That's it. You've hooked them when they come in for the weekend.
And he was born the day after Alba passed away.
Oh, really?
So I got him at 7 months, but he was born the day after Alba passed away. So when the dates lined up like that, I called him Bugsy after Bugsy Malone, the music artist from Manchester. Then found out that wee Bugsy came for a litter. I came for a breeder in Manchester.
That's mad. It was meant then. It was meant, wasn't it?
See, when you were saying there as well, obviously when like family, relatives and that pass away, they're not in the house every day. Like my dog was at the top of the stairs wagging its tail waiting on me. Like it's seeing the dog every day. It's such a different feeling.
But then when your grand dies, you don't go and get another one, do you?
I tried, mate. I tried to get my pals back. It was tiny.
You get any grandsons?
Get the leader.
What's your teammate skills like? What's your soup like this?
A walking's not the same if it was.
That's terrible.
But I know being a dog person, you get chased with one. But
I had a phobia of dogs when I was younger. I was petrified of dogs. I was going up to the shops one day for my mum. I got a bams at the park and they had a Rottweiler and let the thing off the leash and chased us into the house, mate. And ever since my mum's the same, but she's petrified of dogs. But now I'm alright with them. I don't mind them. I don't mind dogs now.
Get them away for a distance.
I'm actually alright with dogs. It's cats that I hate, mate. I fucking hate cats.
We're going to get into that, man.
Give me the fear.
We're going to get into it anyway, but cats, which are good, man. That's the face I want to
see. I hate cats. They're just unpredictable.
They're just mean shites, mate. I fucking hate them, mate.
I know, they're horrible.
Sorry.
One used to live next door to us, and we used to sit in at our door, so we used to let it in. It was sitting, and then one day it was just sitting lying in the flare or whatever, and then it just jumped and attacked my wee sister, the youngest one. She was like 9 or something.
That's what I'm saying, mate.
Yeah, I just grabbed the thing with the fucking stuff and then opened the front door and fucking launched it, man, right here, and she was fucking bastard, man.
Even that, people have the cats and they just wander anywhere and they go, it'll come back. What the fuck's that cat been up to? What's that cat been up to?
A horrible wee
goods, man. I know. But so we do a thing where we do some 10 quick fire questions. We're at for that, and then we've got another few questions for you. But I like to see what we're doing with these. Have you got yours there? I'll ask 10. Right, you go first there then.
Alright, then. Right, so first up we've got Christmas or New Year. What's your preference?
It used to be New Year because that was my party time. Wasn't mad about Christmas. Now I think because of the rains and that, then Christmas is more.
Yeah,
it's Christmas more is the thing now, and I can't party at New Year because the rains are up next day early doors anyway, so there's no party.
So when it comes to Christmas, well, you've had a bad story before about your missus building the cock Christmas full Buddha or Megals and all that.
Aye. Fuck, yeah.
Fellas in.
Luckily, I hadn't ruined Christmas. That was after Christmas. That was like the 27th or 28th, something like that. So we just moved into a new house, and I used to shut the gym for 2 weeks because in the early days I used to keep the gym open and nobody would turn up. So I was like, I would just shut it down for like 2 weeks, but it would be like 10 to whatever. And so the gym was shut. We'd moved into a new house. I was all excited. Business was quite good. Everything was going well. And Celtic Rangers game, the New Year sort of game.
Yeah.
And I would usually just watch it in the house. But a boy I knew had a pub and why don't we go up to his pub and watch it? And I was like, aye, fuck it, we've got there. And a few Guinness in, and then next thing you know, obviously the madness is happening. And I think I'm 26 again. And I'm like, oh. And it was an early kick-off, man. And my missus was meant to be picking us up at tea time. I don't even know if I've put that suit properly in the public. She's probably down, but anyway, here we go, man.
First on the two Diddies, an exclusive.
So, now, what age am I? I'm about 30. I must be 38 or something at the time. I've not had any carry-on for years. I went there, and then the carry-on started, and I've texted her and says, I don't come and pick us up. She had 2 days off at Christmas time because she was a store manager in a big store, and they'd done a big Boxing Day sale and all that sort of thing, so she was very limited. So we were meant to, she was 7 months pregnant, we were meant to be doing the Wayne's room, building the cot, all that sort of stuff, getting that ready. She pick us up at tea time, okay, we dinner, no bother. Text her, don't get us home, don't pick us up at tea time, pick us up maybe about 10ish.
Tea time tomorrow.
I never said what day. So, and then text her again, I says, don't bother coming to get us, just leave us a key under the mat. And for some reason I never had a house key on us. Now, we're on a new estate, it's still a building site. It's still, she's scared of the dark, do you know what I mean? So I'm just not thinking, I'm fucking...
You don't think?
I'm fucking...
It's a millennium again.
You're alright, man. So, and then we're in that pub, the pub's in shots, we're going to get into the shop, man, up at Bumullock, get a big bag of booze and all that, down to a party in my pal's house. We're there, and then it kind of hit me, man. I'm like, fuck, I can't do this, like, I've got shit on.
I've got a cocktail bottle.
Wayne's coming in on that, I mean, I'm forgetting, I'm like, fucking married and all that, like.
I'm married.
Fucking dancing about the house and all that, know what I mean, having a party, like, fucking, like.
That's why I never got married.
I'm married, no,
I woke up that way, I'm not a wee guy anyway, like, this isn't a thing.
That's so good,
So,
man.
I was like, right, taxi home, man, fucking creeped into the house and I fucking tried to get to sleep and that. Then woke up the next day, fucking rougher than rooftops, man. Don't even know if you will remember rooftops, man. It was that was a dancing in the town, everybody gets slashed in. So it was like
Must have been rough.
People had bear gosses and all that. You would get knocked back for Vicky's and go up to the moon. Knocked back for
Vicky's to get in there, man.
Then it's kind of 40 plus will remember rooftops, man. So I woke up rougher than roofies, man, and I could just hear this dong 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 hammering. I'm like, Friday, he's fucking shut up, man. And then I was like, oh no, I'm gonna be sick now. And then I was like, oh no. And then I remember I just got up out of bed and in the spare room, man, and just looked and she's did a lot of man. Not being IKEA flat pack, not being with the instructions and all that, nothing like that.
You've got that sorted.
You like doing the flat pack stuff anyway, man.
That's a screwdriver you should have in your hand.
And the cans are done, you know what?
I'll get the last bit.
How's they invented a cold tub for out the back that we can fucking jump in, man? So that was a big realisation for me that I thought that I had kind of knocked everything on the head, but it's just I had never been tested. I hadn't been in that environment. Yeah. So as soon as I was in that environment, and all the troops are all there, and all the young mob are there, I'm one of them.
You've got the good intentions, mate. You've got the good intentions. Like we've got our elite Christmas night out in the morning. I'm full apart there saying I'm fucking I am brand new, I'll be up there with a tie on and all that. Fucking tie will be in my head, no doubt. So see, after that, I never drank for a year. Never drank for a full year.
Did you know?
I drank 0% beers because I was missing a taste of a beer, and the guy said to get 0%. So I'm like, what? So I would have 0%, and I was like, that gives me the taste of a beer. And then I said, I'm not drinking for a year, and then when I have a drink, it'll be next New Year at the Bells, and I'll have a wee whiskey. And then after that, that's when I just kept going with
like a wee whiskey, don't you?
So that's when I just kept going with that wee thing, just having a couple of whiskies.
Brilliant.
And I just do it in the house.
But the thing is, we've said that, is who you're with. I think, because I've got people, like, you can go with your missus and have a drink brand new up the road, wee scran. I've got this one pal where you're like, I'm no fucking texting him, so I'll be out for fucking a week. No, I mean, me. We're no pals.
Cheers.
I'm Stephen.
You're no pals because you do monthly dumps.
He's got to get monthly dumped.
I know. So Christmas or New Year?
Really? The devil inside me likes New Year, but Daddy needs to say Christmas.
We'll call it a draw.
Call it Boxing Day.
So we've got a car. What do you prefer to drive? Car or the van?
I do like the van. It is good cutting about in the van, but it is good having the motor. Like I've treated myself, and I've got a kind of half nice motor that's like heated seats and
makes you feel good. You've earned that, that's all.
You've got sports mode and all that as well, so you've got a couple of wee dafties. I think you're just an old guy in a Volvo.
See you later.
Check the alloys and that.
Mad Dog or Bucky?
Oh, aye.
I've not had any of them for years, but it would probably be a bottle of tonic.
Is it?
Aye, a tonic, man.
So see with a bottle, do you think you prefer a bottle or two half digs? I like two half digs.
Probably two half.
Sometimes like a wee cheeky half.
Aye, just to get you into the game, that. Know what I mean? You're a wee
half and
But I always done bottles first, and then people used to get two halves, and I was like, that for man.
Pansy.
Man.
It needs to be freezing cold.
Oh, it's him again. He loves that. He loves that top.
I've been watching you.
I know, I like it in my pint. I like your tops in my pint. I do.
But if it was to come down to it, in my days, I probably drank more wine than I have Mad Dog.
Have you? Aye.
I've never been a tonic man. Just I could take it, but it's just fucking senior. I was a big fucking Jesse myself. I used to wait it, man. So you did when it came up.
Sometimes you would just you spark a bottle. Obviously, it had to be called. You spark a bottle in that first hand. You're like, oh no, this is a stinking bottle.
Aye, mate. You used to say it was the numbers on it. It had to be a number one, didn't it?
Can't say elbowing it and all that. Get the flavour out of that, man. Shut up, you man.
No, it was always. It had to be a number one, but it had to be freezing cold if I was going to drink Bucky. It had to be.
Aye, no room temp shit, man.
4 favourite gym spot. So what's like your favourite routine? Like as in like a push pull legs, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days.
The thing I've always really done, it always differs slightly, but I'll usually do a push on a Monday for a bit of chest and that, and then legs on a Wednesday, and then big back Fridays, man. I love a fucking big back Friday.
Big back Fridays, aye.
So I'll maybe change, and I'll either do push, legs, pull, or I'll do like chest and tries, legs and shoulders, back and buys. So I'm out that will be my kind of.
And it's always just 3 times a week. Aye. And you've had that for it. That's you been for a long time.
See, I've always done it, man. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, that, and then Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday is should be my running, my core, or my kind of boxing or whatever.
It seems to work for you, mate. Seems to work for you. Last one. What was worse, the naughty step or the ice bath?
An ice bath in the naughty step.
Very up the cash, it was alright. Sometimes it's a bit of a de-stressor up there, man.
Early, not free meals.
Kick back. That was worse.
I thought I might have been the answer. I thought I'd ask you anyway.
For myself, before we went through it, your uncle, your auntie.
Your auntie?
You've seen him? 2025.
Yeah, he's gorgeous.
Yeah, identifies him. What is your favourite whiskey? Obviously, we touched on it slightly there. You're a dram man.
It's hard to kind of pick a favourite one. Usually anything for Speyside region, and if it's usually a kind of bourbon cask finish is a good one. I've got one that's a kind of particular favourite. It's an independent bottler called Nabraverin. It's like Gaelic for the brothers.
Right.
They discontinued what they were doing, but the night Alba passed away, I finished off one of their bottles, and then I got one of the bottles and I had it again on his anniversary. No, I've got a cask. I bought a cask during the lockdown, and that's just like sitting in storage. I was going to do the same. That'll get sold in a few years. But no, I don't. Like, somebody bought me a very expensive bottle of whiskey and
drank it.
Well, I've still got it. But I fucking taste it.
Aye, definitely. We're going to go for turkey or no turkey when it comes to Christmas dinner.
I need to eat if it's there. Like if I was making it or we're making it in the house, then we don't really.
It's
pish. Man, it's like Nah, we'd have
dry in it.
Have you got any controversial Christmas dinner takes? Like, if you have anything dodgy on it or anything? Or are you a Brussels sprouts man or that?
No, no. I mind, you says that there was a... Trying to be careful how I word this, man. Me and my pal on Christmas Eve, years ago, end up he had a couple of the microdots.
What's that?
Well, I'm guessing what you're talking about.
Aye, so it's...
Are you talking in riddles?
I've had a
mental journey. So he's like, I've got a cut of him in there. So this was like Christmas Eve at like 12:30.
Perfect time to take them. Jingle bells.
Jingle all the way.
What could possibly go wrong?
No.
Christmas Day, man, I'm on the phone. I'm like, mate, what is happening?
That's
he's changing colour on the plate and all that.
Mate.
I was about to say, I didn't know if that was on your dinner. That's like, I'll take it for a microdots.
Mate, I love Christmas Eve as well. I fucking love Christmas Eve, but I've got to be man this year, so...
I think it's the best night of the year.
Different.
Genuinely is the best night of the year, but I've ruined too many fucking
microdot
dinners. We've already went through the old cats and dogs here, so we have one karaoke tune. If you're a karaoke man in your day when you used to get...
No,
at all?
I don't even think I've ever sang a
Never sang a song?
Life,
well, this is your time here, microphone and all that. Get the tunes on, Paul. Get the tunes on, Paul. No, I should no karaoke at all.
Nah.
I can imagine you being full of beans when you're on it and all. Just maybe just grabbing
full of beans, man. I have a night when I start MC or something, man. But,
I saw an MC then, definitely.
But no, I've never really been into karaoke or anything like that, man.
No.
Like, and even like bands, I'm not really into bands or anything. Like, I've never been to
a
proper concert or a gig or anything like that. I went to Jay-Z years and years ago, 2006 or something like that. Went to see Jay-Z. But other than that, it was just raves I went to.
I was
like Colours Fest and Fantasia and all that sort of thing.
Colours Fest used to be bonkers,
Reunion nights and all that sort of thing. So it was always just mad sweaty raves.
So you're not singing in them really. Dancing a bit.
You're having Mickey Dots or whatever the fuck you called them.
Mickey Dots, man. You know, I'm not buying half you, but you're fucking calling them anyway, fuck's sake. Hey man, bootleg fucking niggas, man. $5 a lip.
Aye, a Mickey Dot.
So obviously just to end it on, if you anything that you've got coming up, obviously you do the mind coaching stuff and that, you obviously do you do seminars and stuff like that?
I'm going to be doing a workshop on Sunday the 4th of January, I'm sure it is. So I'm going to be doing a workshop there, like an in-person one, the old school way, live in person. And then I've just always open for, I've got taking on clients, I do the sessions, I do full packages where you're doing like a kind of full coaching package, I do the sessions where it's just the talking based stuff. And then I've got an online kind of group program called the Live Right program, where there's daily steps to do, there's daily habits, a group to kind of keep each other accountable, to communicate with everybody, to kind of lead the charge sort of thing. And then we'll be doing some kind of dropping some seminars, online seminars in with that as well.
I was speaking to you before. I'm going to definitely get involved with it because I feel that obviously we are trying to even open a gym in that soon as well. So we definitely get to sit down with you. But when it comes to like the routine side of things, I definitely need that in my life just due to the busy schedule and stuff like that. So I'd probably hopefully come down on the 4th.
No, I think I'll join you as well.
You definitely need it. Aye. Name me on January post for him, mate. He'll be fucking.
I'm not posting again after the day.
But so what is your, what do you call it, your Instagram, anything that you want to put out there?
Mind Coach Mark, Mind Coach Scotland. My website's mindcoachscotland.com. And that's it, man.
That's simple.
Keep the eyes out. He's got monthly post dumps all the time. He loves it, mate. He's like,
I'll be putting the picture of 3 years up on it. This month's December.
Worst month. Shite people, shite month.
Worst guest ever.
Last dump.
Pure dick. Too toxic.
Big Jesse. Well, team, that was our episode of the Two Diddies with Mark Lowry on, and honestly, what a belter, mate. Appreciate you coming down.
I was brilliant.
Smashed that.